everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to my water box. This is part 2 of my box check videos. If you haven't seen the first, where we go through the fire monsters, go ahead and check that out. If I don't forget, it should pop up here. Otherwise, just go click my face down there and then you can find that video. So without further ado, let's go through the water box. Okay, and as we can see, the very first water monster that I got in the game is none other than Lorelei. Currently have it on loan for my tablet so I can farm the Evangelion stages much more easier. But yes, Lorelei was my first water monster. How appropriate is that for my account? I hope you are all aware of my love for Lorelei, and she is the best non-exclusive monster in the game. Period. There is no other correct answer. But it is great. We'll go over it later when the other dupes pop up. You can see Atlantis there is there. Hopefully we're gonna get a new transcension for you, because I don't know what you're good for right now. Anyways, cool looking with the blue skin. Next we got a Sinbad there. Of course, I really enjoyed him for the fact that he was a Kaizoku O, right? A pirate. Space pirate, in fact, for his Evo form. Uchu Kaizoku, which of course lines up with one of my favorite comedian YouTubers, Gorgeous. So getting him early on was really great. Now unfortunately, he lost his Kabedon, right, when he got transcended, but you get a motivation style strike shot, which is not so bad. We got Noah here. Noah, he was the main character for the anime arc, so I think a lot of people were hoping for a lot more out of him, but yeah, can't say he lived up to his status as a limited gacha monster, but get some use for sure. Not bad at all. Do you remember Epoca? That gacha was notorious for just nothing but epocas. So getting that 90 luck of her was not hard, even for me as a free-to-play player, right? So that was a memorable gacha for sure. Taikobo, like I said yesterday, she was the reason that really helped me get through that Izanami Kai level. That, her strike shot, just her sheer power, that level was a pain. So having her around really made that go much, much more reliably and smoother going forward. You got another Taikobo, and most importantly, got the second Lorelei here. Getting that second Lorelei really early, right? Lorelei is great in groups, right? If you can get the Kantai, right, the full fleet of Lorelei, that is how you maximize your power. Her bump combos are insane, and if you are able to stock up on the proper berries, right, S++, sidekick, the Yugeki, just the sheer amount of additional firepower she has is amazing. And if you go to the steps of super typing her and super leveling her, not only does that increase the attack, but if you get those bump combos activated indirectly through a blast, normally that's at 50% of its normal power, but with the super blast type that Lorelei is, that gets activated at 100%, which is huge. Making sure you're always delivering the full power of Lorelei. Best one. Anyway, right next to her is Puck. We all remember Puck from showing up in those popularity gachas as the gag vote. Of course, when you have the internet voting on something, that kind of thing happens. So luckily I didn't get him through that. Got him through normal means, but I do know I saw plenty of videos out there, people ending up with Puck as their popular monster gacha. That's rough. Let's see, we got Oz, who really helped out with Arcadia, right? Yeah, that was a nice boost, especially for the Jades. Dianu, right? I really, one of the more standout 4 or 5-star monsters that really broke a lot of levels with her strike shot, for example, right? Just having that big sword come up and just knock everything along the way was a pretty cool scene. Yeah. And then, this one's right. We got the Eva collab, right? Like the first time this happened. Clearly didn't try that hard in the first round. Only have 3 luck, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep going on that. I mean, as you can, I've already made a lot of progress on the 5-6-star scheduled ones, so maybe I might do it just for the sake of increasing my water soul power for Lorelei. That's all I might do. Susano, Susano's a really sad story in my mind, right? Because he gets this really nice transcension, but that transcension is locked his connect skill with a horrible connect skill of requiring 150 luck on your team, which essentially means you need 2 max lucks, unless you have for some reason a gacha monster up to level rank, luck 50. I guess Susano would be a great candidate for that, but it does really make it prohibitive to use, and I think Monster Strike has learned their lesson, as they really haven't had any more Transcendent Kais like that recently. The requirements are much more reasonable, but that was really a bummer to see, knowing that just straight out that's not going to be something you're able to use. Amakusa Shiro, really, I think really changed how not Arcadia, Avalon, right? Made that much more accessible for use. I think she helped out on Arcadia too, right? But really cool art, but I don't think get as much use as you'd want. Of course, only having 1 null is a little bit weak for difficult stages, so unfortunate there. Raw, and again, pain in the butt to do, so didn't really go far on that. Not very useful, I think, even with the buff. Here we go. We got Horai, aka Penglai, depending how you want to talk about it. She also got the Sailor Moon treatment, which is really nice. Really enjoy having 2 versions of that. Again, having different versions allow you to avoid that toxic mist, even though that there's a badge for that now, but I'm not going to change that unless I really have to. Another Noah, we got another collab, Neferpito, right? Then we got the New Year's monster with was it Shibami? Yeah. Then we have the Final Fantasy Club, where I happened to get Yuno, which was great. That Final Fantasy X character. 10? Yeah. Representation, which was, one of my favorite games out there. I still like 9 the best, personally. That was the first Final Fantasy I really completed on my own. So definitely has a nice nostalgic soft spot for me, even though I don't really remember much of it. I do say 9 is my favorite because of that. Suzuran here, he just got his Transcension. As you can see, I've not had the chance to use it yet, but the bump combo with the super cross wave, again, that should be in line with, was it Ribbon Alpha, right? So, seeing how that, the power of that, if you hit the weak point, is going to be pretty insane. And given that he has a weak point Slayer, if you are able to cross that with the bump, ooh, can only imagine the damage. Alright, so of course I gotta have 1, but again, 12 usages, and I really don't think I had his thing activated, or maybe I was farming for something, which is really rare because like I really just don't farm unless it's a collab. So yeah. Anyways. Oh right, and then of course when the Flagon X Dragon, ended up being, oh my god, this is a key monster. Everybody was like, okay, this Flagon X Unicorn is gonna be a key monster, and did not disappoint because you can use him for Shringala very effectively as a max luck monster. Definitely helped out in the and I still do use him to this day to farm Shringala. Only one max luck, right? I don't bring my tablet, so slow and steady to get that. This is one of my favorites. I actually went to the X Flag store, was able to get this drop monster. Actually, gave me the motivation to max luck Shibai, who actually was, had a decent skill set. So, had some uses as a max luck monster. Really nice art. One of the few alt arts I do have. Here's my one of my favorite alt arts. I believe this is my max luck badge on my name if you co-op with me. And of course it's because of the kare there. My favorite food. I could eat that every day of the week, every meal of the day, and I would not complain. That's how much I love curry. And then when Queen Butterfly had it, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna max luck her finally. She was one of my later max lucks. Definitely did not want to go through that pain again after doing it in the NA version. Tequila. Again, one of those later monsters that I just did not have for a while, but very powerful with those lasers. This was nice, right? Kiskillera in the Disney villain form. That collab was really fun to do. Just seeing the different monsters in that, universe getup. Really cool. Sora, right? Sora no Kanata, right? I think was the movie from Monster Strike. Again, don't think she really. I think there was one stage where she really shined, but don't really remember having her use too much. Interesting that she's used for the collab there. But yeah, that was a nice game. Napoleon, really glad to get her. When she got her Transcension, that was a really nice addition. That Minesweeper M with the Deity Slayer on top of Gravity Bear. Really nice combo, and of course her Strike Shot. A little unique one in that, the speed penalty that she doesn't, that she incurs before she's able to kick anybody off was always things that I had to keep in mind when using her Strike Shot. D'Artagnan, getting her finally changed a lot for me in terms of clearing stages. I think this was also one of the helpers to make me clear Shringala, yeah. I do use one in my current party too, just to help with the healing situation. Romeo was great too, with the Chain Meteor. I don't know if he was the first to do it, but I remember it being a nice addition for that water monster profile. So that was a cool get as well. Gennai helping with the Kinki no Goku. That's, I think, the only place he's good for. Unfortunately, now I have like 4 of him. I remember getting him in like not back to back, but 2 months separated of a Montama, something like that, which is kind of disappointing. Sailor Mercury, probably my favorite of the Sailor Moon crew. Really nice to get her. As you can see, did get some good use. That power field was an interesting way to deal extra damage. And of course, Minesweeper block. We started to see a surge of, the blocks becoming a, hey, this isn't a joke gimmick anymore. So, pretty cool to see that. Atlantis, the other form. Here's got Yatagarasu. Oh, oops, I missed. Um, as you can see, I still have him in his base form. He did get a transcension, which unfortunately turned him into a person. I was really hoping for, a nice bird character. So, I don't know what to say. Odin, this little guy. How many times have you gotten different buffs, and then finally getting a decent-ish transcension? We'll see how they improve him for his Kai transcension, right? Can't be too far off. What do you got? We got freeze, right? Yeah, I mean, okay. K. I think the other form is the one. No, maybe it was a different. I don't even remember. 19 times, so clearly didn't use him too much. Another Susanoo stuck in the base form. Another Yatagarasu base form. Hitsugaya, I think. He's probably one of the big reasons why Moral was one of my first max lux. His strike shot able to do that much damage and delay, assuming you don't have the shield on him. It was a really satisfying way to either confirm the win or, get the win at the end of that stage. Really fun character. That strike shot was really awesome to use. What was this? The Promare anime. This was an interesting one, right? Because I think he was the the end boss character, so it's kind of a spoiler. So they had to delay, announcing that part, which was an interesting question mark. Verdandi, getting her really late in the life cycle is kind of unfortunate because she was like the staple monster back in the NA. She was great to start because she had gravity barrier and damage wall. What? I mean, now it's normal, but that's not that great. But the art for Verdandi is amazing. This is top tier art for Transcension. Got another Tequila stuck in there in the base form. Iris, got her, which she, I guess she doesn't really have much use for me quite yet. Nostradamus, really great. When she got her Transcension. Getting that Super Minesweeper M, where you start each stage with 4 mines. What? That was pretty cool. And nice combo of support and attack with the expanding bomb and the speed up, which is great. Moses, didn't have him for the longest time, which was rough. Again, my tablet has one also. So having both forms is nice, really helping to break, Shringala, right? Was a great addition for sure. What else we got? Van Helsing was a cool little gimmick max luck that they had on X Flag Park, right? The initial flag bearers were in X Flag Park, and as you did co-op, it would just spread around. If you played anybody with their flag open, your flag would open up. You would get rewards for opening people's flags and allow you to start farming Van Helsing. So it's a cool way to have a community event like that go on and reach out. Nobunaga X, great with the strike shot to be able to the super motivate to actually move. Really helpful for Armageddon. Right? Yeah, when that first stage came out, oh my god, that was insane. Shoot. Todoroki, that's right. I get it mixed up a lot with Hitsugaya, right? I guess the ice part, and I know were a few times where I just completely screwed up on the strike shot, but it's a really cool effect, strike shot for sure. With the ice attack and then it burning off, and of course, getting that boost with the null magic circle, always a good thing. Paradox. Had to farm so many of him to get what what was it? Shin Amaterasu under control. Have to do the same thing with Vila and Muramasa, but not there quite yet. Vila is still a toughie for me. Rapunzel was nice. Really helped get through, was it 31 of the Tower of Champions? Really came late history, so by that time there were a lot more alternatives. But when she first came out with that transition, I was jealous because that was still a pain in the butt. Sohi, never really used him. Mu Alpha, I wish I used him more. Really cool art. I mean, Mu looks great in general, but not again one of those weird situations where he is a poison slayer, but he doesn't have any poison options on himself. So you really gotta help, with a helper. And I think this other Shibuki, had the poison. So just probably switching as necessary, and then you just have that companion relationship. Let's see. Got another Romeo. Angeli Diva. This was a nice surprise when they got announced. Again, a big reason why Moral was doable. Really nice skill set there. Lorelei number 3. Thank you for joining in. This makes all the difference. And then another pair of Nostradamuses, and unsurprisingly I kept one in her Evo form. Just with that different skill set, it is actually still have some use, so just thought I'd keep it there and have that in my pocket. I think that's another Iris, right? No need to transcend. Another Gennai, like I was saying. Tifalet. What an awesome stage music, up until the boss. Really nice tunes. If you don't play with the sound on, you are missing out. Consider playing the stage one more time with the sound on for the main stage, because it really had some good beats going on. See, here you go. There's the other paradoxes. Air really only got to 26. Not a fan of farming that. Perry, I know she has some uses somewhere, but really haven't gotten. Shringala. I already have enough for that. Empire, really haven't used him. Another Nostradamus. I guess I should at least Evo her. Getting Izumo recently was cool. Really haven't found any use for her, unfortunately, but that Slayer combo, right, with the Mafuji, not bad. And has that unique bump or strike shot where you increase the rank of all items on stage. Maso, again, one of the Travelers, Oriental Traveler exclusive. Again, Minesweeper EL and Null Gravity Barrier, I'm sure it'll come in use eventually, but really haven't had any opportunity to use her quite yet, which is a bummer. Odin again, another Vega, I think, right? Yeah. Lorelei number 4, which is really important because now I can just always run Lorelei parties on my own, right? Because they made the change where your local friend slot is now reusable infinitely. So great. I'm just going to do Lorelei parties all the time. Date Masamune, just really no motivation right now because I need to do Vila, and doing Vila sucks. Again, I guess with the practice stage, that gives opportunity to do that, but yikes. And I just finished the 8th Shito for Evangelion, so it's cool art. I mean, looks nice, scary, nice. Strike shot for this guy is pretty intense. If you haven't used him yet, saw some video. If you haven't seen the video for that, that's important to check out. But really cool. Anyways, that is my water box. Let's take a look at my usages for water. I don't think this result is going to be too surprising. But we got Lorelei in her ascended form, at 1,584 usages. Lorelai in her transcended form at 989. I'm almost there to max out her HP, which is great at 1,000. Again, if you don't know, every time you use a monster, you gain 1 HP up to 1,000 usages. And if you use dupes, you will be credited for those dupes. So if you bring 4 Lorelai, you'll get 4 usages added on top of that. And of course, 4 HP on each of them. And if you have a party, that's 16 total each time. Absolutely worth it. Number 3 slot is Noah, but that's in his Evo form, right? Ascended form. So it clearly shows how much I haven't used his Transcended form. And you know, I did have him fairly early on, you know, in the large scheme of things. So guess I found a use for him. 4 slot is Sinbad in the Evo form. Like I said, I really enjoyed the fact that it was an Uchu Kaizoku matching Gorgeous. So probably used him as much as possible. Yuna, again, we love Final Fantasy X, so getting her, probably used her at any opportunity. Penglai Horai in the 6th slot. What can I say? She, you know, really powerful drop monster. It was a hard quest, so being able to use her, knowing that, you know, going through all that pain was nice. D'Artagnan, again, once I got her, she had a lot of stages where she was fully utilized. And that applies to both Napoleon and Taikobo afterwards. And in the 10th slot is Rey from the Star Wars collab. I guess I forgot to talk about her when I went through a box, but I was excited to get a max luck of, you know, a Western collab, you know, event, right? Like something that I actually knew. Say what you want about the Star Wars series. I didn't watch the most recent movie, so that might say something. But you know, having her in this game, amazing. And again, tried to use her as much as I could. And she actually had a decent skill set. Strike shot. Strike shot was okay, but made it actually worth using. If we compared it 3 years ago, let's see. Okay, unsurprising. Wow, that's actually a lot in common. So you see Lorelai in the first slot, of course. Noah in that second slot. So, I mean, that means over 3 years I've used Noah only 200 times. 250 times, let's say. I'm still only managed to fall to 3rd. Yeah, Sinbad just drops 1 slot only because of Lorelai. The other form of Noah there. Nobita, probably because of, you know, max luck. And you can see Queen Butterfly in her Power Pro form. You know, I love that baseball game, so that's cool. Epoca and Tengu, wow. And I guess Atlantis is there just because I had him early. So, interesting comparison, but yeah, there you go. That is my water box. Stay tuned for the next one, which features wood. So, if you like this video, give me a like. Otherwise, why don't you give a subscribe? Is that it? Yeah, make sure you follow the Twitter account ENGBonds. That's where you're going to find the latest news. Otherwise, thank you for watching until the end. Hopefully you enjoyed the perusal through my box. We will continue with wood. So until next time, bye-bye.